Ever thus, ever so. Alone, yet in between two criminals, watching his mother at a distance, he hangs on the cross, breathed his last. Alone, yet in between another Mary, her sister, and the beloved disciple, at a distance from the cross, mother watches the son giving up his last breath. Did her eyes have any more tears left when she saw him hung to die? Were her hands stretching out to her own son, nailed to the cross, born of her own flesh, fed by her at her own breasts? Was her heart bleeding like her son on the cross, torn and torn 1,000 times, life seeping out, never to return? Alone, yet among thousands like her, not knowing where her parents are, a child whimpers softly, being torn away from her mother in a detention center. Alone, yet pushed into a room full of migrants, not knowing where her children are, a mother cries in silence, begging to be with her own flesh and blood. Alone, yet among so many like him, not knowing whether he is going to live or die, a patient lies on a bed hooked up to a ventilator, surrounded by gowned strangers, gasping for breath. Alone, yet with so many others, covered in personal protection equipment, faceless and nameless, a doctor, nurse, caregiver puts her his all to save strangers whose name they do not know, yet struggling for breath. If ever there should be one, can this Jesus who hangs alone on the cross, breathing his last breath, sit with that child, comfort that parent, know that patient, hold that doctor, nurse, caregiver? If it is ever so, God who is love, can this God be the very love to them when alone, each one facing the powers of death? For it is ever thus. God who is the truth, can this God hear all those cries and answer the tears of all those who are forced to be alone and give them everlasting hope? If it is ever so, God who is the way, can this God point the way of healing to bring all those who are alone together as one? If it is ever thus, God who is the life, can this God give life to all those who cry alone in this vast world full of people crying, my God, why have you forsaken me?"